Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Rabea.
And this is Sounds Like on Andertons TV. Today we're going to be trying to sound like Gary Moore, who is no longer with us. However, in his day, he was awesome. He only died about 5 years ago, so his career was, pretty recent.
Well, what a player!
Phenomenal, yeah.
So I'm just going to say this now. I'm going to try and play like Gary Moore, but we'll see what happens.
It's kind of like aggressive virtuoso blues.
Yeah, he was just a leady blues guy.
But then he got pretty jazzy, I think, later in his career.
Obviously, he's most famous for his Gibson Les Pauls, but he used Fenders. I saw him with the Rickenbacker ones, Les Pauls mainly, and then amps wise like high watts, old school Marshall Plexis, and then live was Soldano SLOs.
Yeah, there were two guitars in particular that he was most famous for.
Yeah.
A 1959 Les Paul Standard, which he was...
The yellow one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the yellow colour, but he got it off Peter Green, so it's got the Peter Green opposite.
Oh, the out of phase thing.
Yeah. The famous Peter Green mod.
Right.
Also a Fiesta Red 1961 Strat, I think.
£1,500 is the budget.
Yeah, 1,500 of your finest English pounds.
We got to get amp, guitar, pedals for £1,500.
And the idea is that we have a rig that is giggable. So playing it loud enough to play over a drummer and like a quality tone, a really nice, rich, good tone.
So let's do it.
Yeah. So what have you found?
Okay, it's a 50s tribute. It's a Gibson, so it's $7.49.
Oh, it's an actual Gibson.
So it's a pretty penny, but considering it's a Gibson Les Paul and it's $7.49, I thought that was reasonably priced. If you remember when we did AC/DC, we spent $5.99 on an SG, and we used just the amp. And given the fact that this is guitar, amp, and a bit of reverb and delay, then maybe we can achieve it. We can achieve it. He tried to remove himself to laugh. It was fine.
Because if we go for a £750 guitar, that obviously only gives us £750 left, which is amp. And I think pedals wise.
And I've noticed that Andertons have just started stocking Ignator amplifiers, and I have seen a 15 watt 1x12 combo, all valve, which is probably giggable.
Yeah.
That probably allows a little bit of budget left for some pedals.
Should we go and check out an amp just to kind of see what kind of ballpark?
We'll come back to the guitar.
We'll make a decision.
So these are all new.
Is this the one you were talking about?
That's the Tweaker 40.
Oh yeah.
This is the Tweaker 15. Now this is a 15 watt 112 combo, and to be honest, we'll definitely need reverb and delay.
We also need. A massive part of Gary Moore's sound was the Ibanez Tube Screamer.
Yeah.
So we absolutely have to get one of those.
Okay. We've got
an Ignator.
We've got the Ignator Tweaker 15 watt combo, and we're going to go with that Gibson Les Paul. Let's go look at the Gibson Les Paul.
Let's go have the Les Paul together now.
So it's a 50s tribute. It's not quite, because we don't have the binding. However, it's
but his was a 59, which is the right era.
And we've got original top hats. It's the right era. It's an American-made 2016 model. So to be honest, it's pretty light. I just think we might come closer if we use a real Gibson. I don't know.
Well,
who knows?
It's always worth a go.
It's the TS9 though.
Okay.
And obviously Gary Moore probably used the TS808, right?
Well, he used an original Tube Screamer,
Yeah, so it's not going to be one of those.
Do we not have an in stock?
Okay, so we've found the TS808.
The reissue version.
Yeah, because you can't get an original anymore. No. Well, you can, but they cost you like loads and loads of money.
So they're £159 plus 750 for this beast.
Yeah,
that would be around 910.
And 429 for the amp for the tweaker.
1340. And so all we need now is a bit of reverb and a bit of delay.
We need reverb and delay.
Yeah, we'll buy the Boss cabinet over here.
You can rely on Boss.
You can, and I think Gary Moore did as well. Actually, I think he had a Boss reverb and I think the Fender 63 reverb.
Well, there's a Boss reverb right there.
But I think if we go Boss reverb here and then...
To be fair, the digital stuff is, the digi reverb is wicked.
Okay. And to get us keep us under budget, maybe we go for the Tone City again.
Turn City tape machine.
Turn City tape machine, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a tape echo. Does probably all we need it to do is just add a bit of sustain, a bit of atmosphere to the lead stuff. So I'd say that was a good idea.
Yeah.
So let's go and sound like Gary Moore.
Let's give it a go.
We're in the video room.
We are in the video room once again.
We are, once again. And it's a good one. It's a really good one, is this one.
It is, Gary Moore. Gary Moore has proven, well, hopefully successful.
Yeah, well, definitely.
He plays quite a lot, well, he played, sorry, quite a lot of gear.
Loads of stuff.
More than we can afford for our budget.
Yeah.
So, again, quite a simple setup with amp, 3 pedals, guitar.
I have to say at this point, though, if you are into the kind of leady playing, bluesy, just... You know, if you're into that thing, this rig is by far one of the best I've played, and for feel purposes as well as sound.
If you're into gain and sustain,
yeah, it's wicked.
You gain for days.
So we'll start with the guitar. This, I'm very happy to say, is an American 2016 Gibson Les Paul, and it's, to be honest, it's £750, so it's one of the budget guitars in their range, but it's phenomenal. Genuinely really good. I mean, the one thing I would say is that sort of the fretwork is where you can tell it's one of the cheaper models, but apart from that, plays really great, it's lightweight, and it sounds fantastic. Colour-wise is reminiscent of...
His is more like lemony, and he has covered pickups, but
he was a 50s Les Paul player, wasn't he?
59, and this is a 50s replica now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the 50s, 50s tribute Les Paul is what this is.
Yeah.
And this is the Egnator Tweaker, and this is the 15 watt 112 combo.
Yeah, and it sounds good, doesn't it?
It's really good.
It's really nice. It's a valve combo, and actually, another thing about Gary Moore is that he always used to have basket weave cabinets.
Oh.
And this is
sort of basket
weave style.
And I believe this is 429.
429.
And it's really good. It'll handle a drum kit live, all that kind of stuff. And Matt was messing around with it earlier, all the different switches and
oh, it's got a load of different switching options like hot and clean, and what else have we got?
It was vintage and modern, I believe.
Vintage, modern, and basically a load of different switching options which can get you anywhere from your kind of really bluesy, crunchy tones to more modern, way overdriven.
Yeah,
the hot switch especially is nice and pokey.
Yeah. In the front of the amp, we've got a replica. Well, it's the reissue. Ibanez Tube Screamer TS808, because obviously he was quite famous for using an original TS808, whereas we can't get one of those. So this is the reissue, and it sounds as you'd expect. But in front of an amp like that, it just drives it, gives you a bit more sustain, so you can do those ridiculously long held notes that Gary was so famous for. We've got the Boss RV6.
Yep.
And we've got the Tone City tape machine. And to be honest, it's all killer and no filler. Okay. So this is the guitar into the amp with the gain set was about 3/4.
About 2/3, yeah.
2/3, 3/4. Who's counting? That's nice.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Barky classic rock tone.
That's exactly what I would have said. And yeah, if we add in the Tube Screamer on a blend.
And this is the kind of Gary Moore tone, isn't it, really?
This is his, I guess it's the more ballady stuff. When he, live, it's kind of noticeable that he seems to use a lot more gain.
Yeah, he does.
And it's all, you know, bridge pickup and lots of shred.
Yeah,
and lots of kind of craziness.
So...
Sounds awesome.
It does.
And it's, I think, to be honest, it's got fairly close to where we were trying to get to with Gary Moore.
I would say that that's more the record tone, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
It's got that smooth gain thing going on. One of the things I really like about this, though, is I think it was on this, and we backed off the gain. A little bit of Tube Screamer into that with the roll off volume on the bridge pickup, and it's got that classic Les Paul kind of just bluesy. It's that almost like Joe Bonamassa kind of richness. It's so much fun to play.
It's really, really nice.
But it is definitely a microscopic detail tone. Like, you can't really make a mistake with that kind of tone, otherwise you just get heard.
But it goes from like the tiniest amount of gain to like just all of it, you know, far too much.
I guess it's as simple as that, really, isn't it? It's Les Paul, high gain, smooth, bit of reverb and delay, get that sustain and those nice licks and stuff, and that's the Gary Moore thing, really.
It is, and don't forget as well, he had a really long career where he did kind of the more ballady stuff, then he did the harder rock stuff, as well as kind of the more jazzy stuff and the Thin Lizzy stuff. There is a lot to choose from there, but we've tried to give you just a bit of an overview of what we think his style is. And,
and more poignantly at this point, this rig will sort you out if you're a lead blues guitar player and you want to get out there gigging with a band.
Oh, this'll last a while. You're not going to need to upgrade much.
No, to be honest, like having the Egnator, I mean, to be fair, if you wanted to go bigger, you just get the 40-watt version. It's an extra £200, I think.
Yeah, of course.
But that amp with this guitar and these pedals will sort you out for gigs and gigs and gigs. So I'd say thumbs up all round for this.
Let us know what you thought in the comments as usual. All the gear we've used here is in the description, so check that out if you're interested. And yeah, thank you for having us.
He's been Matt.
And he's been Rabea.
Take it easy, guys.
See you later.
Here's a dark highway off the